Business owner Bob runs a shop, and he wants one simple thing: give people free shipping when they spend enough. Say, $50, that's the whole rule. One sentence said out loud to developer Debbie across a table. And like so many rules before it, it starts on the back of a napkin or a post-it note, in pen, free shipping if they spend $50 or more. That simple note is now the single source of truth for Bob's shop, and honestly, it's not a bad one, right? I mean, you can read it. You can hand it to someone. It's really easy for everybody to agree on what it says. Then Bob changes his mind. 50 feels too low, so he makes it 75. And watch what changing a rule on paper actually means. You cross the old number out, and you write the new one on top. The rule and the paper it lives on are the same thing, so to edit one you have to modify or even lose the other. But somebody already copied the napkin, and the copy in the back office still says 50. Now there are two pieces of paper that disagree, and nobody can tell which one is the real rule. Notice that nothing was written down wrong. There were simply two copies, and only one of them got fixed. Basically, this is what the whole video is about. What if nobody ever writes that sentence down by hand at all? What if Bob described the rule once, in one place, and the sentence you are reading was instead rendered from it, the way a chart is rendered from a spreadsheet full of numbers? This is that rendered document, and the card in the spotlight is Bob's actual rule. It reads, "An order is flagged free shipping if the order total is at least 50. Nobody typed that sentence. It was rendered from the rule itself. Now look closer at the words. The phrase order total is underlined because the document knows it's a defined term. So, what exactly is an order total? If we click the words, the document takes us there. And we land on the answer. An order's total is the sum of the extended price across the line items related to the order. In plain terms, it's what the whole order is worth. Every line on the receipt added up. It's important, though, that we didn't have to open a spec or ask a developer. The definition was one click away from the sentence that used it. Check this out, though. In the document's options, there's an option called Links to Consumers. When we turn it on, every definition starts naming the rules that read them. Our order total now lists two direct consumers. One is free shipping, the rule we just came from, but the other is something called tier points, which we haven't met yet, so let's climb. If we click on tier points, the document explains it. An order's tier points come from the order total, 1 point for every dollar spent. Tier points feeds a rule called lifetime points, the total across all of a customer's orders. And lifetime points feeds exactly one rule above it. Follow that link, and we arrive at the top of the tower. Loyalty tier. Here is that rule, written by the document itself. If a customer's lifetime points are at least 1,000, they are gold. If they are at least 250, they are silver. Otherwise, they are bronze. And notice the small tag on this card, 5 hops from ground truth. That is a key element of this claim. It says this rule sits 5 steps of arithmetic above anything a human actually typed or entered. So let's prove it by clicking all the way down to ground truth. So we follow the sentences down one link at a time. Loyalty tier is built on lifetime points, so we click through to lifetime points. Lifetime points is the total of tier points across the customer's orders, so we click through again. And tier points come straight from the order total, which lands us back on familiar ground, the same order total where this whole trail began. 2 hops remain. The order total is the sum of each line's extended price, and the extended price is the quantity times the unit price. One last click on quantity, and the trail ends, because quantity has no formula and no sentence. Nobody computes it. A human typed it into an order. 5 hops, exactly as the tag promised, and every single one of them was a sentence you could read on the way down. Step back, and here is the whole shape we just walked. Type numbers sit at the bottom where humans do their work. Order total sits in the middle, and 2 separate rules read it. Free shipping on one branch, and the loyalty chain on the other, climbing all the way up to loyalty tier. Every arrow in this picture is a sentence in the document, and every sentence is a door you can click through. Now for the part that should be impossible. Bob's team in Berlin needs these rules too. So here is the loyalty tier rule, again, side by side, English on the left, German on the right. Der Wert Gold, when der Lifetime Points mindestens 1,000 ist. Nobody translated that. This is a rule 5 steps above anything a human typed, a rule nobody ever wrote a sentence for, and the document reads it aloud in every language you ship, from the same single source. So, what happens when Bob changes his mind again? On the left is the rulebook, the one file where this rule actually lives. We change 50 to 75 right there, in that one place. Now watch the right side. The English sentence rewrites itself, and the German sentence rewrites itself in the same moment. They cannot drift apart because neither one was ever the source. So think about what the napkin was really for. It was never the rule. It was a copy of a decision Bob made, and the moment there were two copies, the real work became keeping them in sync. If you have ever maintained a rules document by hand, that was the job. The job was never writing the rules. The job was preventing the drift. You can run this on your own rulebook today. Install the reader, run one build, and open the document it writes for you. Describe every rule once, read it back in every language you ship, and click any word in any sentence to see exactly where it came from. Thank you, as always, for joining us on this effortless experience. Your rulebooks are waiting at effortlessapi.com.